2 weeks left in this election campaign. Labor is on a knife's edge about whether it's even going to be able to win this election. How quickly things have changed. When Julia Gillard first took over as leader, she was doing incredibly well in the polls. She got the honeymoon that most of us expected. It was almost as if Kevin Rudd was a distant memory in people's minds, despite having been a Prime Minister for 2.5 years before that. But here we are now, 2 weeks out from polling day, and suddenly the Labor Party is planning to rely on Kevin Rudd to be its voice in Queensland. How ironic it is that the reason we were told that he had to go was because he couldn't sell his message, because he wasn't popular, because he'd presided over a government that had lost its way. Yet now, all of a sudden, he's been trotted out to sell the Labor Party message in Queensland because he's apparently more popular than Julia Gillard in Queensland, and because he's capable of running the kind of lines that they don't think the Labor machine is going to do in that Sunshine State. I'm not sure if this is necessarily going to work for the Labor Party. It becomes yet another distraction from Julia Gillard, the figure that is, after all, the person running for re-election as Prime Minister. In a sense, what I think's happened is the Labor campaign has become beholden to Kevin Rudd's emotional state of mind. Everyone knows that when you go through bad times or tough times, there are a series of emotions that follow. The first is shock. Well, we saw that with Kevin Rudd when he was giving his concession speech after having been defeated for the Labor leadership. He looked like he was in a paralysed state of shock. The second stage of emotion is denial. Well, we saw him in denial in the United States at the US-Australia leadership dialogue, where he was basically walking around as though he was still the Prime Minister or possibly even the Foreign Affairs Minister. The third stage is rage. Now, Kevin Rudd may have gone through a great deal of rage in private, we don't know. It would seem some of that rage may have spilt over into leaks galore that have either come from him or, if not directly from him, from people on his behalf, perhaps, that he has showed that rage to. And then the final emotion is acceptance. Now, that's the one that Labor will be hoping that Kevin Rudd has now reached. Acceptance, he's going to play the team game, he's going to try and help them in Queensland. But there could be latent rage still there. Who knows if he's reached that fourth stage of emotion where he is over what was done to him by his colleagues. If he hasn't reached it, and if there's still some rage there, then he's going to be nothing more than a distraction, because he's going to derail the Labor campaign, and quite frankly, he might even enjoy doing so.